Good morning. Welcome to my meditation. My name is Deborah Baker and this is Healing Meditations. It is a beautiful day. Let's take a nice deep breath and get right to it. It's important, I feel, that we relax our bodies as we get started to meditate, because unless you meditate every day, and even then, it's important for your body to be relaxed so that we are not putting attention on our bodies, but rather on the meditation that we are seeking to do. So let's just take a deep breath and imagine releasing stress, tension, anything out. Every cell of your body, just take it in, release it. And we'll do that a few times. Take it in, release it. I'm so glad that you joined me this morning. It is a great time to be alive. And let's just take that in for a moment. It is a great time to be an infinite spiritual being having a human experience on earth right now. And I am glad that you chose to be here at the same time I did, so that our paths cross and we can bless one another. And so the first word, it's my understanding, honestly I didn't research it too well, but I think the word for the first week of Advent is faith. And I was raised in a Christian religion, and as you can see by the Christmas tree behind me, I love Christmas, and I began my first book talking about Christmas briefly. But Advent is the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas, and the first one, the word for the first week is faith. And if you feel like you have a strong faith, or if you struggle with faith, it doesn't matter, you are welcome here. And so my guides just told me our bodies aren't completely relaxed yet, because I usually dedicate more time to the body relaxation. So sit back in your chair, or if you are stretched out on a bed or the floor or the sofa, just let it go. Your feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, upper legs. Feel your legs get heavy. Your hands, wrists, lower arms, elbows, upper arms. Feel your hands and arms get heavy. Be sure that you are in a position that is comfortable for you. And now feel that relaxation moving from your tailbone, your root chakra, all the way up through your body, your pelvis, your midsection, your rib cage, your heart space, your chest and upper back, all the way into your shoulders. And let's take a moment here at the shoulders. Let them sink down. Let your neck get a little longer. Let all of your cares go away as you feel that relaxation move through your neck and then all the way through your face and head. Allow this relaxing energy to create peace in your brain, to send brain messages, to send brain waves of peace and love. So there are lots and lots of definitions for faith, and I don't need to go into any of them, but what my guides were telling me was that those who have faith aren't really the ones that need to hear this meditation. It's those who are struggling with their faith. And sometimes it is hard to trust the universe, to trust the Almighty, the infinite energy that is you, that is your truest essence, but that is not always obvious during human life. So, in other words, God. Sometimes it's hard to trust that God's got this. And we know that everything, almost everything, is bigger than us, but it is not bigger than God. God has this. God's got this. So, how to go from fear to faith? Let go. Let go. Give up. Surrender. You know, there's a lot of talk of surrender in 12-step groups, and the interesting thing about surrender is if you think about war, people surrender to live. Soldiers surrender to save their lives. They know if they keep fighting, they're going to die. And there's a kind of a parallel with that. When we surrender our lives, our thoughts, our words, our actions, when we give up, and sometimes it really feels like giving up. But I suggest that you just let go of everything right now. Let go of your thoughts. Let go of your fears, your shame, your sorrow, your anger. Let go of all of it. And allow what happens next to happen. Because when we let go, we create space. And space is magical. Space is where the magic happens. It's where the miracles happen. When, you hear countless stories of people who say, when I finally stopped fighting, then I found peace. And so I suggest that you stop fighting, that you let go, that you allow the infinite peace of the universe to be present in you. Create the space, and what happens when we create space? Grace rushes in. Let go. Know that there is something much bigger than us. A higher power, and a force, the one presence and the one power. And it is constantly moving, just as the earth is constantly turning and the planets are revolving around the sun and the galaxy is moving through the universe. So are we constantly moving. And so when we stop and let go, we allow grace, we allow the universal life force to catch up with us. Sometimes it feels like we need to outrun it. So let go. Let go. And know that better days lie ahead. You have made it through 100% of every challenge you have met up until now. So we have no reason to think that you won't be able to make it through the challenge of this global pandemic, or the unrest that's in our country, the United States right now, or anything else. Families divided over political reasons or ideology. Whatever it is, the stress of the holidays. If holidays are stressful for you, turn your screen away so you don't have to see my Christmas tree. But even though I love Christmas, it is stressful for me because I have a to-do list a mile long, and I like to do up Christmas. It just means a lot to me. And so I try to remember what is important, and that is loving one another, being a force, a presence for love and compassion and peace and understanding. So whatever it is that may be troubling you, just give it to God. Just let it go. Just imagine that it is full of a biodegradable, it's filled inside a biodegradable helium balloon. And just release it and let it go. Everything is in divine order. The sun rose this morning. It will set tonight. The stars are moving through the sky. We had a beautiful full moon last night with a partial eclipse. Everything is in divine order. Everything is moving exactly as we need it to. And those are particularly pertinent words for me right now, because in last week's meditation I mentioned my dog, Gus, which a friend of mine calls God Gus, short for Guy Upstairs. And I mentioned my dog Gus and how he has been present. If you listen back to every one of my meditations on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page, at some point you will hear him yawning, coughing, scratching, padding across the floor. And I mentioned him last week, and I was surprised because he didn't find me. And he's not going to find me today because he passed away last Wednesday. And I miss him sorely. Oh, I miss him so much. The house seems so empty without him. And I know that some of you are missing people that have passed away. And, you know, there's loved ones that I have that I miss all the time, even though they've been gone a long time. And so we know that this human experience is temporary. His canine experience was temporary. And so the comings and goings of souls on this planet are in divine order. Nobody ever is born by accident. No one ever dies by accident. It is all part of the greater plan. And so having my precious dog with me until last Wednesday was part of the divine plan. And I'm grateful that I spent almost 15 years, had him for almost 15 years. And I'm grateful for him. And so let's focus on gratitude for a moment, because I think the foundations of faith are surrender, release, and gratitude. So we let go of all of the angst and create that space for grace to rush in, and then we shift our thoughts to gratitude, because what we focus on increases. It truly does. You know, if you've ever had a hangnail, for example, the more you thought about it, the worse it hurt. But then something came along and distracted you, and it stopped hurting. The pain level didn't change. Your attention did. So focus on all the wonderful things you have in your life. You are present here on earth now, and this is a time of miracles. Sure, there is a lot of stress and there's a lot of unknowns, but we have each other, and you are here today, breathing, living, being present on earth, and all is well. And so I suggest that you focus your gratitude on yourself, on what a beautiful soul that you are. You really are a beautiful soul. We have human bodies, we have human personalities, but what we are is infinite beings. Infinite, precious, wonderful beings that are whole and perfect. And then we bravely take on what humans see as imperfection when we come into a human life. Take a deep breath. And know that there is no such thing as imperfection. There are lots and lots of different perceptions. And, I had an example of that last week. I made what I thought was one of my best efforts at the stuffing or the dressing for Thanksgiving dinner. And my husband did not like it because I prefer mine to be soft and mushy, and he prefers his to be crisp and crunchy. And neither one of us is right. No stuffing is perfect, just like no human is perfect. No act is perfect. No thought is perfect. No body is perfect. So let's allow our perceptions to shift to the things we love and appreciate about ourselves. I know that you are a beautiful soul, and the only thing that gets in the way of your fully expressing that lies in your thoughts, in your beliefs. And sometimes those thoughts are so deep we're not even aware of them, because they are related to things that happened before we even had active memories. But know that they are not bigger than God. If you ask, if you want to allow more of your infinite, beautiful, whole, and perfect soul to express as your human person, all you need to do is ask and focus on that. Know that whatever you consider a challenge is not bigger than God. And so letting go and focusing on all of the wonderful things that you have. I suspect you have food in the pantry, in the refrigerator. I suspect you have a roof over your head. Probably something to drive even to get you where you need to go. So many things. My greatest blessings are my wonderful family, and we just got family pictures back yesterday, and oh God, my heart was just overflowing looking at each person, the ones who were born into the family, those who married into the family, or might soon be married into the family. Those who become family because we love them and we bring them into our fold. And in a way, my meditation group is my family. And so I am so grateful for you. I thank God for my being able to do these meditations so that we can share 20 minutes together. We are so blessed. And yes, I did just peek at the clock and our 20 minutes are coming to a close. So remember, all the faith that you need is already inside of you. All you need to do is let go of the baggage. Let go of all of the thoughts and fears and anger and sorrow. I'm not saying not have your emotions, just don't focus on them. Allow yourself. I've been crying plenty, missing my precious Gus. But I also am grateful that he was, that we got to have him when we did, and he was such a loving and sweet dog, and my constant companion. And so it's what we focus on that creates our days, and I invite you to focus on all of the blessings that are in your life. All of the wonderful things. And you know what's funny? I don't know if you can hear it, but one of my neighbor's dogs is barking now. It's almost as though Gus is trying to be present in this meditation through my neighbor's dog. So remember, you are whole and perfect exactly as you are. My heart is open to loving you, and I hope that your heart is open to loving you as well. Have a wonderful and blessed week. See you next week. Namaste.